Okay, all right, great, 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 great. Whoops. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. All right already. All right already. All right. Let's see if this is working. Is this working? Default. Let's put that there. Can you hear me? Can you see me? 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 Hello? Hello? Let me fix this here. Let me fix that there. Hello? 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 Everybody? Everybody settle down. Calm down. Oh, I've got to calm down. I'm like in a mess. Let me get some water for myself. Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. Please don't. Okay, welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. This is 77, 78, 78, 77.0 kilograms. This is Night Stream, 78. Welcome everyone. Are you there? Sound is good, vision good. Thank you very much. Andrew Rubin, MC Scott, thank you, beautiful Darklands. Thank you, all the lovely ladies. That Judels is here. Speaking of lovely ladies, just such a pain in the arse. I should, you know what it means? I did. I'm surprised we even have the video here. I mean, I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. I'm doing my taxes. I actually made a little. I'm not going to tell you how little money I made. You wouldn't go out with me if you knew how little money I made. You wouldn't be watching this if you knew. Streaky Bacon is here. You wouldn't want to hang out with me if you knew what an absolute loser I am. I am a loser, number one. But so I'm doing my taxes and I'm very stressed out. And then I'm worried about the Minnesota thing. I'm very stressed out. And I really feel actually bad about Iran, about the Iran situation, number one. And I feel really, really anxious about what's going on in this country. That guy is canceling elections. I could just see him thinking, we have no other choice but to have a dictatorship under Starmer. It wouldn't even be like a Starmer dictatorship, because it wouldn't be like a personality. It wouldn't be like the Mustache Man, where it's like all about him and him and him, or even Donald is more him than Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer isn't enough him. He's just like a functionary. He's like an employee of the socialist, and it's worrying me. It's absolutely. And then tomorrow I've got to go to work too. Chill out. Think of your blood pressure. That's true. Thank you very much, Darklands. I'm going to chill out. And I'm going to think, yeah, this is what's wrong with me. I'm in a mood. I'm in a really awkward mood. And then tomorrow I'm filming tomorrow, and it could be a really pleasant day. I'll be at the Queen Elizabeth Hall, or whatever it's called. I don't know whether it's the main theater. I don't know what it is. Yeah, he's a total puppet. He's not even thinking about himself and, oh my God, I'm going to be the dictator, like the way most people would think. He's not thinking that way. Is he thinking that way? I don't think he's thinking that way. But he's going to be the dictator, slowly and surely. It's all accreting, layer by layer. It's the accretion is the opposite of erosion. Lewis, why stress over nothing you can change? Sometimes best concentrate on your own life. Yeah, maybe you're right. Well, back in the day, I used to be able to call a friend. I wouldn't call many friends because I'm antisocial, and I should call a friend. I've got one friend. Usually it's a girl. It's a girl who I actually care about, and she's my friend. Even though I don't believe you can actually be friends with women, they're horrible. I see you attending Alcoholics, says Streaky Bacon. Not to me. Not to, I've been to AA meetings once, keeping a friend of mine company. Once, take your top hat tomorrow. I don't. Yeah, of course good to see you. I don't have a top hat, but I do have nice suits. I have nice suits. I hope he's thinking about how to walk away from a job that he's not capable of doing. Yes, he is. He is capable of doing it. Keir Starmer is amazing. He is amazing because the peep is like he is doing what he thinks is best to do in spite of everybody hating it and the fact that it's going to end. He doesn't think it's going to end horribly. So he's perfectly suited to be a leftist, communist, Fabianist, whatever he is. He's great at that. You don't need, I could not do that. I would think, am I doing a good job? Am I doing the right thing? But he actually believes what he is doing. I bet he sleeps at night. That's what I would like to do. I'd like to sleep at night. I hope he's not going to be able to walk away, Ruben. He's not going to be able to walk away. I'm doing my blood pressure. There's my blood pressure right there. Can you see that? Probably you can't see that. But there's my blood pressure. There's my blood pressure. There we go. Um, there we go. Don't look at my blood pressure. Queer Stalin. Yeah, he believes in it. He really believes in it. My partner thinks Dahmer is a decent person. Yeah. I mean, what do you mean? What does she mean by decent? I could even make a case for it. Judith says, hey, Joe, Starmer is doing the job he was sent to do by his owners in the WEF. I don't think he's got owners. I think they all believe in the same thing. And that's what's really scary. I don't even know if I'm right about this. Okay, I'm going to take it. I don't want to show you what it is. Starmer for EU ambassador to North Korea. Yeah, yeah. I could say he could do it. He could do anything because, yes, he's bought and paid for, but he already believes in it. It's not like he's being paid. Here is the difference between corruption in third world countries and corruption here. In third world, I didn't make this up, but third world countries, you have to pay someone to do their job. You want to get a license to put in a restaurant, you've got to give a bribe. Where was my hand? You got to give a bribe to someone. Okay? Yeah, you're right, Claire. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Claire, but at the same time, you should keep quiet before you take your blood pressure. You should sit in a chair quietly for half an hour. You should not have any tea or coffee. You shouldn't eat anything beforehand. You shouldn't talk to the nurses. It should be dead quiet. You should be not talking at all. Okay? Your arms should be up at this height. I think this is the right height. And your feet should be balanced on the floor. And but because I take my blood pressure so often, I adjust for the fact that this is what I'm doing. Think of think of waterfalls. Why don't you all get your blood pressure things out? I actually don't believe it. I don't believe it. Hold on one sec. Um Hold on one sec. Um, I mean, it's not horrific. I don't think it's horrific. It's not horrific because my heart rate is low. It's not as low as it's been. But so what the guy said was, I'm trying to remember what it said. It said in horrible third world countries, you have to bribe someone to do their job. You want to have your place inspected. You want to have a license for it. And it was going to get it. You got to pay the guy. In advanced countries like this, you've got to pay somebody to break the law. You got to pay somebody. Maybe it's the other way around. Have you heard anything about this? Anyway, and no alcohol or drugs for 30 minutes. Yeah, Claire, and yes, I heard you. Take it once a month at the same time only. Yes, I'm addicted to taking this thing. I take it every single day, practically, and it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing, and always they say, you're going to die, Lewis. You've got high blood pressure. You're going to die. Please send us the thing in. You're going to die. You're taking pills. You're going to die, you know? So I agree. Thank you very much for this. This is true. This is true. So what are we talking about here? Keir Starmer. He actually believes in Fabianism, whatever that is. He actually believes in communism. He believes in feminism. He believes in women working. He believes that we're all alike, that everybody's got a place, that there is no God. We are going to create God. He believes that the world is getting better unless the horrible Nazis are going to stop it. Who are the third world countries anymore? That's a good question. I mean, like when I was in South America, you'd go to South America or Morocco or whatever. And England was an advanced country. And as an advanced country, you didn't have to pay people. You didn't have to pay people to get a driver's license. You didn't have to give the guy a bribe to take your bag out of the bus, off of the bus. Have you heard about this? This is a really good bit of broadcasting, Toodles. This is Lewis Schaffer. I think it is. I wasn't feeling that good earlier in the day. Did you see me? I didn't feel that good. I felt a bit tired and exhausted, and now I'm feeling a bit better. Boy, you're confusing me. I can't see Kerms. Boys, you're confusing me. Where is Kerms? Let me put the live chat there, which I did not do. Thank you for that. Communism is like a mousetrap. The cheese ain't really free. Yeah. I mean, communism is slavery. I mean, I never thought of it that way when I was younger. I believed in it. My parents believed in it. We grew up. We were Jews. We basically invented communism, but it's really bad. We are going to die one day, says Claire. A blessed relief to bullshit pumped out by nefarious authorities. Us dead? Well, they want us dead, so I want to live just to punish them. I misknow. What did you really say to him? I don't think I said anything to him. Maybe I did. Maybe Kermit can remember what I said to him. I don't know what I said to him. I think we were talking about Jews and things. You know, I'm a bit sensitive about that. I'm a bit sensitive about that, Joodles. I miss him too. I'll send him a message. Let's send him a message. Let's find out where he is. Let's find. We are a second world now, says Streaky Bacon. Well, we're not quite as good as we were. You know, you invite shit into the country, and the country's going to turn to shit, basically. You know, so, I mean, not that all of the people are shit, but, you know, when you could change the country, either changes you or you change the country. A lot of people come to the country and they're different, and then they become British, and which is good. But then, like, I've become sort of British. You know, I don't even realize how I've changed, or I've made the country change. Claire. Streaky Bacon's talking to Claire. It comes to something when people are finding death is not so bad these days. Yes. Claire says 100%. We're not thinking about that. We're living. We're going to punish these people. We're going to punish them through living. We're going to punish them by having children. We're going to punish them by taking care of our people. I don't think it was anything that was said, Jude. It was more a commitment thing. Gen Z, yeah, well, that's what Kermit says. I don't know if that's true. I take everything that happens personally. I was on the Tommy March and the Portsmouth Patriots. I'm a believer in remigration. Yeah, you can believe that. You know, I mean, they want to migrate us out of the country, a lot of them. You can't become British, as I can't become Somalian. No, I don't think you can. But as the country changes and your children go to school, they can become. That term British, I was never happy with it, but I'd settle for people being British. I can't become. I'm more Britishy. Are my kids English? Yes, they are. You look at them and you speak to them, and they're quite, they're not Americans, and they're vaguely Jewish. Something about blocking him over a disagreement. I didn't block him. I hope I didn't block him. I could have blocked him. I don't know how this thing works. I could have blocked him. Let me put this over here like that. I could have blocked him. I didn't think I blocked him, Joe. No, I hope I didn't. The country is effed. Yes. Yeah, well, you know what? Yes. And, maybe I should mind my own business. I don't think so, Rubes. He loved it here, and he had broad shoulders. Lewis yelled at him loads, as I yell at most people loads. So I don't think he took it badly. He always came back. Has anyone checked he's actually okay? Yeah, that's a good point. He might be dead. Dying on your own terms is different to coercion, manipulation, and downright evil, says Claire. That's maybe true. But you don't know where they planted this idea for you to die. It's like all those Canadians, MAID, what is that called? Where they're killing people. Or like where they're murdering people by giving them vaxes, or where they're putting them on ventilators, or whatever it's called. Whatever it's called. Yes, that's a really good point. Did I actually what? What did I do actually? You need to check your block list. Where is my block list? I don't know where it is. Let me see where it is. Reactions times that. I don't know where the block list is. Where is the block list? I'm looking for the block list. Moderation activity? Reactions? What does this mean, reactions? I don't know. I don't think I did, I don't think I did. It's very easy. I don't even know how I did it, but you can press a button and suddenly they're a moderator. Suddenly they're you. Who knows what it is? Where is my block list, Joodles? He's no longer in Discord, so I couldn't reach out. So there you go. Not Midlothian. Oh, you're laughing. Midlothian. No, it's called Medalazam. Medalazam. I'll help you find it afterwards. Okay. What do you mean by that, Joodles? What do you mean? Yes, please. Yes, I do know. You do know what? What do you know? What do you know? I mean, they want us to believe that there are too many people on the planet, and if you can't do anything, you can at least remove yourself from the planet. Or you could say, you know what? You don't have kids. That's what they're telling us. There's so much evil. I believe Kerm reached out numerous times. Okay. I don't know where he is. We're going to lose people. And you know what? You know when you're going to lose them. Hold on a second. We're going to lose people just when we think they love us the most. And then we won't see them anymore, possibly. That can happen. Dave Toby is here. Hello, Dave, Claire, Joodles, Joe, MC Scott. Is that is this me or is this you? Who knows? I mean, this should be me. But whoops, it should be me. Whoops, let's put this up there. Anyway, we're going to lose people. Lewis, from memory, he called you stupid, and you said something like you'd block him. No idea what happened afterwards. I think I said, if I remember correctly, hold on a sec, Joe. I said you can say whatever you want to say about somebody here, but you can't say, I don't even know what you'd call those kind of comments. You can't be a priori negative something. You can't call somebody stupid. I mean, especially me, who's so sensitive. I feel like I'm losing my mind as I get older. We need a lot. We need a lot of love. I need a lot of love. I know you guys probably whether you think you need it or not. We need to know you're appreciated. Okay? So don't call anybody stupid. Especially don't call me stupid, but I don't remember exactly what happened. Unredacted earlier, bodies buried who are vaccinated are emitting radio frequencies from their decomposing bodies. But isn't everybody always emitting radio frequency? Isn't the entire world electricity? Electricity, that's what it is. So it's all electricity, according to Velikovsky. So, I mean, I don't know whether that's news, but it might be. That's interesting. Same, I have not been vaccinated. I don't believe in vaccinations. You know that about me. You know that about me. You're on the same platform. You might not be a Looney Tune people, but you know that I am. You know that I'm a Looney Tune. Do you know? Because I am. There's something the matter with me. Or maybe you're thinking to yourself, Lewis is crazy, but I want to hear what he has to say. I don't agree with him, but I want to hear what he has to say. I find it funny, or it could be true, something like that. Same as I wish to explain something to you, Joodles, but no way to reach you either since you left Discord, MC Scott. So go get back on. It's not. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Lewis, you're 100% to the global agenda. Have let them know. You are 100% to the global agenda. Have let them know that the Holy Spirit will put them straight into the gene pool. We know, and we'll start correct. They know, and we'll start correcting themselves. What do you mean by that? I'm 100% to the global agenda. What do you mean by that, Claire? Can't explain anything in here. Too little space and background noise. There's a lot of noise here. There's a lot of noise. But you can write slowly. I mean, I wish when we get together, you'll be able to talk to me. And we'll talk to each other. I'm totally different in real life than I am here. Completely different. I've got blue eyes and blonde hair. I'm fat in real life. I ain't got no energy when I'm alive, let alone dead. Is that a song? I ain't got no energy when I'm alive, let alone dead. Yes, you do. We talk about that. Yeah, we do. We're all energy. The whole world is vibrating. We're all like magnets. We are the space between, we're magnets and the space between magnets. So you've got a magnet here and a magnet here, and in between, there's, in theory, nothing, but you still can't push them together. That's what we are. Discord booted me out despite changing my password 3. Watch your language, Joodles. You're a lady. It wouldn't let me back again. What are you laughing at? I forgot what you're laughing at. Laugh out loud. But that's what we are. I don't know whether you're laughing at this thing, but I think it's an interesting point. Is that we as everything is the space. We think everything is solid, but it's not. We're two things, and there's electromagnetism between him. Lewis, do you ever watch Jordan Peterson or Sam Harris? I don't watch Sam Harris, but I watch Jordan Peterson, and I like him. Is he amazing? Kind of. I mean, kind of, sort of. He's a human being. He is a human being. That I have lived and died many times, and spirit did warn the globalists. What does that mean? That sounds very poetic. That sounds very poetic. Corsi. I love seeing you, Corsi. You're not here enough. I'm happy to see you. I'm loving the philosopher Lewis. You won't see that on ITV's Loose Women. Do they have a philosopher on Loose Women? Do they have a philosopher on America's The View? I don't know what they have, but we have to be. I mean, we've lived since World War II. We've had 70 or 80 years of unprecedented growth and peace, and I think it's all coming to an end. It's all coming to an end, but that's just the way things are. It's all coming to an end. You need to create a new ID, perhaps. Start from scratch, Joodles. That's what, yeah. I threw the head, Scott, bollocks to it, deleted the whole bloody thing. I tell you, you're talking, I don't know the curse words. I mean, it's good. Whatever, it's good that we're there. Good that we're there. Fair dues, alas, canny. You can't. I think that's what canny means. Can't explain anything to you. Yes, she's called. I've forgotten her name. Buck teeth and glasses. Who has buck teeth and glasses? Why is buck teeth bad? Why is it bad? Because we know that people who have buck teeth don't eat meat. Why are glasses bad? Because we know that they've spent their entire life here and not looking over there. That's why those things are bad. If you've got glasses and you're not listening to Lewis Schaffer, Janet Street Porter. No, we are billions of things. Akashic records hold the information to infinite possibilities. I don't know what you mean. I'm just saying what we are. What we are. I mean, what I just said was, you're right, it's pointless to say we're the space in between magnets. But we're electricity. So when you say that vaccinated people who are dead, who've been vaccinated, are emitting stuff, I think everything is emitting stuff. I'm Northern Irish, Lewis. You can't not swear when you're Northern Irish. It's generic. It's genetic. I could believe that. Yeah, that's what I like about you, Joodles. That's what I like about you. I like the Northern Irish. They're the closest to Americans. As a matter of fact, most of the Irish people, and Irish people used to be the largest ethnic group in America, come from Northern Ireland. 60% of them are Northern Irish Protestants. So that's why they made them. You made America. You made me. Proddy mouth or potty mouth? Yeah, she's the Aristotle of loose women. Who are you talking about? It's a frequency when you communicate with the Holy Spirit. A case could possibly be made. I don't believe in the Holy Spirit. I don't believe in anything like that. But you can if you want to, and maybe we should. I really like the time when we were praying. I'd like to bring that back. It's like being a caterer. Swearing is part of the turf. Yeah, maybe certain jobs, people swear. They swear a lot, I would say. I would say they swear a lot. Go turn the light off in a room with someone vaccinated and they give off an luminous yellow light. Rocket League? I can believe that. I can believe that. Well, what are they putting into people's bodies? You know, they're putting schmutz, and I'm against putting schmutz. Joodles, you are British. I guess the Protestants consider them British, but then, you know, I think with the Northern Irish Catholics, they seem like they maybe you guys have grown together to be one people. And with the invasion happening in Northern Ireland, you maybe are like one people, possibly. Is that right? Youre, Reuben? Defo streaky. Uh, I took my ex to Northern Ireland and we were just walking down the street in Newcastle past these two fellas. His face went weird as one bloke yelled, fucking wolves are shite at the other. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Graphene, nanotechnology, and Chinese five spice. Those are three things you should not add to your body. I'm with you. Should not add it. You shouldn't add anything. You should only add red meat, real eggs, real cheese, and raw milk. I am Alex. I am Alex, but I say I'm Northern Irish first. Yes, of course you're gonna, because we're all British here. We're all British here, and what makes Joodles different is she comes from Northern Ireland. It's like me being Jewish. It's the same thing. The Wolves were playing Newcastle, probably. It was just a tiny moment in time, and I roared, effing Wolves are shite. Oh, in Newcastle. You mean not? I was thinking maybe there's a Newcastle in Northern Ireland. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So MC Scott says, so being the true caterer as I am, I can swear like a trooper. Then the next second I'll be like butter, wouldn't melt in my mouth because you got to deal with people. That's basically true. And Frey Bentos. What about Bentos? How is that related to this? Reform UK don't even have a Northern Irish headquarters. Instead, have backed the TUV, which is what does that stand for? That's the Protestant group there. The British should be first. We should be first. No, because we're all British, or most of us are British. So it's not special. That's why, you could say you're from Cornwall, or you could say you're from Lincoln, or you're from, or wherever. You're from Cumbria or something. There is a Newcastle in Northern Ireland, but he must have been a Wolves fan. Okay. Okay. There you go. There you go. There you go. I mean, you could have put a little bit more information in on it. You could have. You could have, but you didn't. But it's all right. It's all right. You don't trust reform, Dave Toby. I hope we don't get another Boris Johnson. Born and bred streaky. Lived in the same house for 18 years, then moved to Wales for uni. Never moved back. Yeah, people move. They move. I moved to this country. I have been over the other side during a life and death experience, and three goddesses looked after me. I'm 5'4". They were 15 feet tall, says Claire. Okay, well, you want to know something? Yeah, you go for it. You go for it. Avocado Man is back. Avocado Man, same bums and broads. I find that funny. That is funny. Zach Polanski was partying at gay clubs. Did you see, Lewis? I bet you were jealous. I mean, yeah, I'm against open homosexuality. I think it should be secretive. I could have put more info in, but I ran out of characters in the first post, Lewis. So, okay, I understand that. I'm not mad at you, Joodles. I'm not mad at you. I'm only mad at you when you think I'm acting, when you're so definite that I'm doing something evil. I could have put more info. Right, so that's what Joodles says. Ram rating is very popular in Wales. Ram rating, is that a term used for some kind of male love making? Ram rating. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. But I mean, really, I mean, can you imagine him being the leader? Him being the leader. I mean, who would you rather have? I mean, it's a bit scary that he will possibly be the leader. Apparently, anyone can be British. Yeah, yeah. Well, you did it. The British people did it themselves the same way the Russians did it by making everybody Soviet, but they reclaimed their Russianness. I hope. Maybe I'm not hoping, but they have reclaimed it because Britain is an empire, was an empire, is an empire, was an empire. Um, It was an empire. I mean, do you believe in this, Claire? Do you believe in 50? Maybe, people do believe. You've got to believe what you got to believe. How can he be the leader? I think that's what you're saying, though. Zach is such an utter weapon, Alex, a deeply unserious person. We don't know that, but he looks that way. I mean, with his teeth, with his whatever. I mean, it is a bad thing. Andy Burnham would have defeated Stormer, shows Labor's corruption. The point is that labor is DEAD. Labor is like the Liberal Party in the 1920s. I've said this so many times. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? I know what's best because I'm old, and as an old person. But do you agree with me? I don't think the Labor Party has a future. I don't think that they do. Do you think that they do? Um, Streaky Bacon says Russia were lucky to have any country left after them Bolsheviks killed millions. Yes, you're totally right. Totally right. They killed anybody who had a farm, anybody who had factories, anybody. They just starved everybody out, or they killed them. They killed them, and we let that happen. And we try. I mean, I guess Britain helped a little bit, but America helped, I guess. Anyway, the point is, yes, the point is, you're right, Streaky Bacon. Corsi says my rural upbringing has inter-village rivalry. No need for an empire to bother us too much. That's totally true. That's what this country is based on. Who is an asshole? Who's an asshole, Joodles? The man's an asshole. Who is this? Crikey, I hope not, Lewis. What did I say? What did I say? I don't remember what I said. Lewis, you ain't so old. Ain't. I think the apostrophe needs between the N and the T. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not as young as I used to be. Was an empire until the USA did everything possible to abolish it, despite the British Army saving the world in World War II. Yeah, because we have our ideology, and our ideology is anti-British. Maybe you shouldn't have fought a war again. The Revolutionary War, or whatever you call it in this country. I mean, this is what happens. People get, whatever. Um, I think the Avocado Man, love seeing you here. I think the Tories are finished, and the only two parties are Labor and Reform. I've got news for you. Labor is dead. The only two parties are the Greens and Reform. Not even Reform, maybe Reform. Tommy Robinson and the Greens. I'm looking forward to a new FBI over here. They may be able to find borders around the island and arrest the perverts in the royal family. They won't. And you don't want an FBI because the FBI in America was criminal for like years. Just horrible. Horrible. You can't believe it. Wouldn't believe it. Zach Puansky is helping reform, though. How is he helping reform, Alex? Could you please explain that? You old pedantic person. I am. I don't even know. I've looked up the word pedantic a million times, and I'm still not. And I don't remember what it means right now. Maybe you could explain what the word means. I think reform are the saviors, though, Alex. You believe that? Let's look what I'm doing. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. The British lost the status after the Suez Crisis. Yeah. Well, you didn't have the money in the 1950s. When was the Suez Crisis? 1956 or whatever. You 57. When was it? You didn't have the money. Yeah, in order to be an empire, you have to have the money. You have to have something. Bustalo Manzarati, is Stephen Fry available? What is he available for? Queen Vic, good to see you, Busta. I'm watching you. Queen Victoria's death was the beginning of the end of the British Empire. Case could be made that the British Empire was dying 50 years before that. As the Tories, Reform versus the Muslim Brotherhood of Green Environmental Party. Yeah, well, is Reform going to be strong enough? Let's just hope Reform is strong enough. Let's hope that Nigel Farage is strong enough to run the party and to bring the party to the place it needs to be. It's all very frightening, Judel says. I agree with you. It's really, really frightening. The U.S. They did everything possible to break up the empire. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But you didn't have the money to deserve an empire. Why should we be defending your empire, this empire, when you didn't have the money? This country was dirt poor in the 1940s and 50s and even the 60s, whatever. And you want to control all the countries in the world? I'm sorry, it's not for us to pay for that. The Tories are not finished. They will just be operating under another name, i.e., reform. The people will vote the Tories in without realizing it. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope. I thought you just said Buster loading me, Lewis. You said Buster loading me. I don't understand. What did Darkland say that Judel says is true? What did Darkland say? Uh, yeah, the Tories, you hope not. We couldn't survive another Tory administration. They got an Indian woman on GB News, never seen her. Because it's trying to be a mainstream thing, and Britain is now multicultural. You got that from America. That's America's ideology one of like DEI and all the different ethnic groups, whatever. I sat on Queen Victoria's deathbed. It was as cold as ice. Is that a joke? I don't really understand that. I don't understand that. Claire, if you're making a joke, everybody, put a little joke emoji or maybe an exclamation point or something. Because I'm not quite as deadpan or as you guys are, or as understand it. No, we got it from the Commonwealth. What did you get from the Commonwealth? Victoria was no, she wasn't, and she wasn't. No, she wasn't, and no, she wasn't. Well, she was. Well, yes, she was partially. She was, yeah, because they brought in the king from Hanover. He was the 69th in the all the way down. Yeah, multiculturalism is going so well in the U.S. We copied it. Yes, you did. Well, it was going well in America, and now it's not going well. So you copied something that's not going well. Leopold II of Belgium was responsible for millions of deaths and was Victoria's grandson. Is that true, Avocado Man? The people of Zaire worshipped Leopold II. We don't know that to be true. RP2, who is Buster Maserati? Who is Bustalo Maserati? Who is Bustalo Maserati? Bustalo. Okay. I was being sarcastic. It never went well in the U.S. ever. It basically did. It basically did. I mean, there's been always fighting, but basically, different ethnic groups got together and they formed a country. So it did kind of go well. It did go well. Could go well. I mean, look at New York: Jews, Italian, Spanish, black people. It did go well. But the difference is that in America you can become an American. Here you don't think you could become English or even British. Victoria's grandchildren married into all the European empires. She made it so. Well, that's what people have always done. Where is Osborne House? Is that down in? Is that in Isle of Wight? Is that where Osborne House is? Where is it? It's true. No, seriously, sat in her bed. Her royal family still have little regard for the British people, i.e., none. Uh, I don't know whether you've noticed. Have you been here long enough for me to say that I think that the royal family is the worst thing about this country? Queen Victoria's grandson, Kaiser Wilhelm, was one of the people who started World War One. Yeah, because at the end of the day, as king, you can't care about your grandmother. You got to fight for the people living in this country. And that's the thing that King Charles isn't doing. All the wars are started by rich men. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure they are. What do you think? Poor people are so loving avocado man? I'm not sure. I don't think that that's true. That means by default, King George V was her grandson. Yes, with Victoria's grandson. Victoria had a son, and George V. Anyway, I lost all faith in any party right now and feel really apathetic. Again, politically lost. I did have hopes for reform. We gotta you gotta fight. You gotta fight for the right for a party. All the royals here are of German descent, but it doesn't it doesn't mean that they're German. It doesn't make them German. The country was made by British and Northern European, late 1800s. The downfall of the U.S. Started with non-European migration through New York. Yeah, maybe, but maybe the U.S. hasn't declined. Remember the Civil War. It looked like it was going to be the end for America. I remember the Vietnam War, and then things turned out okay after the Vietnam War. I remember, there have been times when it looked like America wasn't going to make it. Poor people don't have the influence to start world wars. Well, look at what's happening in Minnesota. How crazy these people are. Wilhelm was of Hohenzollern and George of Thuringia, Darmstadt. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know what I'm saying yes to. Many people in South America are of German descent, but that's another story. Yes, that's not that many. Not there's a few. There's not that many. The Visigoths, they're in Argentina. They whatever. Look at Minnesota now. Non-European immigration ruined the USA. But remember, there was a civil war before non-European immigration. You know what I mean? Post-war French philosophers float my boat, Corsi says. They float your boat. They took victory in Europe and peed it down the drain that flowed into the English Channel. Okay, what do you mean by that? The rest of the world are not interested in Minnesota. I think you should be. I think you should be. Let's say America goes into civil war. I think it'll be bad for the world. Probably. But maybe it's an eventuality. I employed an Argentinian, or as we would call them, an Argentine, who looked after war criminals who fled Europe. Yeah, we let him get in there. 1965 Civil Rights Act was the nail in the coffin for U.S. $22 trillion spent on the war on poverty. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would have happened whether there was an act or not. People they would have spent the money. It was unbelievable, and the people are poor in there, but they're still richer. I'm going to tell you something, English people. Americans are richer than you guys. The poorest state, Mississippi or Alabama, which used to be dirt poor, are richer than England. So Catherine the Great was also a German, I believe. Yes, they were. Okay, they're Germans. Why does that make that interesting? Does anyone know what the French call the English Channel? Good question. Okay. U.S. will balkanize another gift. Will balkanize another gift of multiculturalism. Yes, I'm against balkanization. Where I live, over 400 women and children were dumped into mass graves by the royal family in the 28th century. Over the last 25 years, their voices have been heard. Okay, Claire, what does that mean exactly? In the 28th century? Pas de Calais. Pas de Calais. Is that what they La Manche? What do they call the English Channel? I wish I paid attention to French in school a bit now. At the time, I point blank refused to learn it. Yes, yeah. I mean, is it important? Is France an important country? I think Britain is on a par with the U.S. poorest state, Mississippi. Yes, that's true. I don't even know whether it's on a par. You know, Pas de Basques. What do you say it there? Thank you, Bostello. Where are you from, Bostello? Birmingham City Council spent £500 million on recruitment. On recruitment. Another £500 million on office costs. I mean, really crazy shit. Crazy, crazy, crazy shit. John Allen is back. La Mancha. I'm the man of La Mancha. That's a great song. Okay, maybe I should sing that song. I would rather live in Britain than in the U.S. And I visited the U.S. Okay, well, fine for you. Fine for you. I've lived in both. Translate to sleeve, apparently. Useless info from school. La Manche means sleeve. Man of La Mancha, man of the sleeve. Is that what it means? La Manche is the channel. Remember that song. Remember the song from what is the song from? The song is from Man of La Mancha lyrics. We could sing that. I am Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny calls, and I go. And the wild winds of fortune shall carry me onward. Oh, with ever they blow, with ever they blow. Is that the lyrics? What is the other song? What is the other song from the other movie that I was saying? You don't know what? I don't answer this question. Don't answer it because I don't want to sing it. The new Star Trek has rubber-headed lesbians in space. Well, she left. Whatever. The woman from Star Wars, what's her name? Kathleen Kennedy is quit. She's quit. Capitalism means millions of Americans have to be losers for there to be winners. Well, the losers in America are way richer than the average person in this country. They own cars. They have great shoes. They live in big houses. They have really big houses in America. I feel no false sense of attachment to some Star Trek legacy. Okay, that's a bit sad. Apparently, so woke, Paramount gave a free screening stream and only 15,000 people watched the first episode. Is that the Star Trek? Because they were so woke. It was like just, Kathleen Kennedy is gone. Right? Did you know about that? Do you know about Kathleen Kennedy? What did I miss here? I mean, it's very easy to badmouth America. Very, very easy. Americans don't badmouth the English, which is British, which the British, they've got, with the NHS and the people are much smarter. I was taken in by that too, that whole thing. Lewis, that's not true. There are 40 million Americans who live below the poverty line. Avocado, man, the poverty line is a completely fictitious number in every single country. Like, let's say you go to Egypt. There's only like 10 or 15% living below the poverty line, but 99% of the people are poorer than English people. 99% of the people are poorer than Americans. So that's what the poverty line means. Claire Streaky Bacon says they have and are siphoning so much cash from this country. I've seen a good report on the UK column news. Who is siphoning the money? The Birmingham people? Any Italian I've ever met will attest to how I love Italy, though. I didn't think it was a question about that. Jackie Onassis was terribly treated. She was a true lady. Yeah, a friend of mine knew her. Maybe didn't know her, but knew she was a very good mother. And that's what I do. I judge people based on whether they're good parents or not. That's the most important thing. To me, MC, what part of the boot? What part of the boot would you be from? What about the royal family? Does that make this country better? That this country has a royal family with a king who hates this country? I mean, that's something you could be proud of because it's got big buildings that we're not allowed to live in, you know? Florence is beautiful. Greek shipping, million, yeah. She didn't have any money. It wasn't like back in the day. Now she could make billions of dollars. But at the time, she didn't have much money, so she had to marry that guy. Couldn't keep his eyes open because he had to tape his eyes because he had that eye disease. Do you know that about Onassis? The takeoff and landing of everything by Elbow talks about the man of La Mancha. Okay, she loves Elbow. She loves Elbow because Elbow was a band made of 17-year-old boys when she was 15. Isn't that true, Joodles? If you have a big mortgage and spent your entire salary, you're not wealthy. You're either a few paychecks away from homelessness, like millions of Americans. Yeah, maybe you are a few, but people are living they're living lives. They are rich because they have access to a really great house. Even even rich men aren't rich because you can only have one house. You can only have one meal. If you have a big mortgage and spend your entire salary, okay, you said that, yeah. Ruben likes Elbow. Well, there you go. Well, Joodles likes Elbow. Pity, I really can't repeat myself too much, but I just can't stand the notion of having to learn French. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Luckily, the Germans, kings, also made it to Italy. Yeah, you feel bad for Germany too. They didn't have what England had, which is a border. One of the oldest countries in the world is England, is Britain. You are thinking of Ash. No, Elbow. Elbow is Guy Garvey and his chums. They're from Manchester. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. I got confused. Sorry, Joodles. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Come on, Lewis. More philosophizing, please. Aren't I philosophizing? Aren't you philosopher? You philosophize. If only someone Claire says, could hold them to account, having been falsely accused of child neglect, a non-terrorist murderer, drug dealer, by those turds. Who knows? I mean, I don't know about that story. Do you mean 18th century or do you mean 28th century? You wrote 28th century. And so I thought you're making a joke. It depends on the climate of the state. Some U.S. states have terrible climates. Yes, they do, but some of them have, amazing climates. Even the worst states, like maybe Mississippi is really bad in the summertime, but it has a nice winter. It has early springs. Well, even places like Minnesota, they've got a beautiful summertime there, and they have snow. You can go snowboarding. They will never face justice ever. They are one of the elite families. I don't know who you're talking about, Claire, but interesting. No need to. Well, I apologize to you, Joodles, because I'm quite fond of you. One day like this, a year'll see me right, Rubes. One day like this, a year'll see me right, Rubes. How about some punctuation, Joodles? You're getting lazier and lazier, Joodles. Get the punctuation into that sentence. Like even New York has amazing weather most of the year. Even the wintertime, it's like it snowed 12 inches there. We don't get any snow here. We're in the middle of January. We get no snow. Apparently, Ed Davey would welcome Tory MPs to his party. Lib Dems, and there's rumor Tories and Lib Dems can merge. Well, that's what's going to happen. It'll be the Lib Dem Tories. They'll come up with a new name, and they'll be dead because who cares about what do the Lib Dems, what do they care about? Why would you want to become a member of the Lib Dems? I need more Lewis, would you rather live in London or Detroit? I would rather live in Detroit. No, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. I think about it. Yeah, Detroit is coming back. Detroit is coming back. They destroyed it. This is what the Americans do. They destroy it. It's going to come back. Number one, the weather is it's cold there. It's much colder than in New York, and I'm used to you know. If I moved to another place in America, it'd be a warmer place. It was actually 6 inches, but Yanks liked the most. Streaky bacon. That's true. Sorry, I lied. Okay, I lied. I'm a liar. I'm a liar. I did. I know it. My friend said it was 6 to 7 inches. Great. I study Voninam, a French hybrid with ballet, says Bastello Maserati. Where are you from? Are you fat? Are you a boy or a girl? Detroit or Atlanta? Both shitholes full of crime. I mean, I've been to Atlanta. I've never been to Detroit, but I've been to Atlanta, and I was not happy with Atlanta. It was like just spread out, and there were a million streets called Peachtree Street, a million Peachtree Streets. Loads of money is sent to Nigeria, Somalia, Pakistan. I don't want to hear about this. That really depresses me about tonight. Yeah, we're sending our money to those people. As a boy, I had a French judo lad come and stay with us. MC Scott got on great. Couldn't communicate well, but had fun doing our judo practice. Okay, well there you go. There you go. Hey everybody, do me a favor. Can you press the like and subscribe button? That'll really make my day to press the like and subscribe button. Live in the desert in Arizona, but they go very bad gun laws. Kind of scary. Well, it'd be good. I'd own a gun. Yeah, but thinking about Arizona, thinking about Nevada, thinking about a ghost town in Nevada. There's lots of places. The thing about this country, Britain, is you can only live in London. Basically the whole country is supported by London. It's a super rich country. It's like Singapore. It's a successful country. But can you live? I mean, unless you're retired, would you go live in like Lincoln? I was born in Luton. That's a shithole full of crime. Yeah, it's changed a lot, but it might come back, but probably won't. The point is that America, you could live. I was discussing this with my friend Doug just the other day. Is that you could live anywhere in America, anywhere, and you wouldn't feel like you're out of not anywhere, but lots of places. You could move to Atlanta. There are billionaires living in Atlanta. There are billionaires living in Oklahoma. There are billionaires living in California still. There's billionaires all over the place. London is the stables. Could be, yeah. Throw those curtains wide. A member of staff got married and asked me to sing that for them. I got some of the choir to do the backing. It's a great song, Vatanai said. Throw the curtains wide. Is that a euphemism for the area down there? Where are you from, Bastello Maserati? Introduce yourself to the people. Introduce yourself to the people. That's one thing about this chat where I'd like to get to know everybody. It's a where are you from, Maserati? Does anybody know where Maserati from? How is New Jersey, Lewis? Have you been there? Yes, I have been there. There's some nice places in Jersey, and there's a lot of urban sprawl and some really nice places in Jersey. Half of Jersey is like New York area, and half of Jersey is in I get basically, you want to see what Jersey looks like, go to the Sopranos. Look at the Sopranos. Lewis, throw those beef curtains wide. That's what I thought it meant. That's what I thought Busted I meant. I would not live in Jersey. I don't think. Ocean City is lovely, Ruben says. Yeah, there's some really old beach towns and some ones that are run down. And then there are some, there are industrial places or ex-industrial places. And then, Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Jersey. Where would you live in in Britain if you didn't live in London? Where would I live as a stand-up comedian? Don't you think I want to move to different places? I've been all over, and I love small market towns. I mean, I've been to all the beach towns. Memphis, Tennessee, ranked highest in violent crime, 1 in 71 risk, and property crime. Yeah, Memphis. Memphis, that's sad. Elvis used to live there, and now it's just supposedly, but who knows? It can come back. It can come back. He made me think of it. Spoiled the song for me now. Are you mad at me because I said that? Because I said, throw the curtains wide. I love to stay in Elon Musk's space town. Yeah. I mean, I don't like new towns. I like old, small towns. I'd love to stay, says Corsai. Um, Random entanglement technique. I went to the USA. I'd want to live in Pennsylvania. I went with my kid through Pennsylvania. And there's some really, it's similar, it's parts of it are similar to Jersey. Parts of it are similar to being up in like Sheffield. Like lots of places are like that. A lot of it is very, very wooded. The whole northern part of the state. Follow Interstate 80 if you want to see a map. I drove through there. It was fantastic. Fantastic. I love where I live. Holding my landlord to ransom. Yeah, because you love where you live. The elbow song is One Day Like This, Lewis. You'll enjoy the lyrics. Okay, one day like this. One day. I'm going to write it down for you. For you, Judith, because I want you to like me. One day like this. By Elbow. I've written it down. Whoa, what happened here? What happened here? What happened here? There we go. What happened here? There we go. What happened here? Bastello, I'm gonna block you, Mastello, because you seem like a nice guy, but you haven't told us whether you're a male or a female and where do you live. Not even any basic information, so I think you're ignoring me, and I don't like that. No, it's a line from the Elbow song, Lewis. It was the last thing I did at that school. It closed that week, 2016. That's really sad. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to block Bustelo because I have spoken to him and he's not paying attention to me. You know, I mean, I don't mind if you talk to other people, but you got to talk to me. You got the basic information. So I'm going to block you for one day. Bustelo, last chance. Are you a male or female? Where are you from? Just those two questions. Are you a male or female? Let me know you're interested in me. Behave. Why should I behave myself? He's not talking to me. New Jersey, Houston, or Seattle for me. Yeah, at least you could live. I won't live in Seattle because I think it's already had its day. It's already had its day, and it's always way on the way down. I was born Raritan, New Jersey. Okay, good. And where do you live now? Lewis, I want to live in New Jersey. You can. You can live in New Jersey. I was having a good chat about ballet with Miserati. Well, you can, but not here. If he's not going to pay attention to me, nobody owns your private info, Lewis. No, but Bustelo can tell us where he's from, where without being doxxed. Holy cow! I love your eyes. What do you love about my eyes? Laugh out loud, Buster. Come on. And are you a male or a female? And how, talk to us. I don't want to, you know what I mean? There's so many people who don't participate, who come in and watch and could be using this information against us. We have to, We have to be trusting of people. Okay. When Lewis smiles and his face lights up, I know what you mean, Vatanai. Yeah, I'm really happy. Lying with your half awake, stumbling, lying, listen, laying with you, half awake, stumbling over what to say. Well, anyway, that sounds nice. That sounds like not lying. Lying, I think means kiss me when your lips are thin. What does that mean? Like when we're old? Jesus, Lewis, do you understand that everything you say is not only transcribed, it's on the forever net? Yeah, probably you're right. Probably you're right. Probably you're right. I used to think they're not to worry because there aren't enough people in the world, not enough spies in the world to keep track of all of the CCTVs. Um, but now with the forever net, whatever you say with AI, could be forever. It could be forever. Um, Everybody, can we like the stream if you like it? Can you like it if you're here and participating? Like the stream. Like the stream. Tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be here. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be here. So maybe we could go on Discord or something. Let's go Discord. I always liked where I've stayed in America, but I wouldn't live there because of the price of healthcare. You want to know something? Do not worry, Darklands, because healthcare is shit there too. Is shit in America. You don't want health care in America. You don't need health care. No one needs health care in America. Because all of this stuff, all that cancer treatment is a lie. All of the radiography, the chemo, all of that stuff is just not true. Is not true. So, don't worry about it. Um, okay. So don't worry about health care. And you know what? You know what happens? You'll be all right. People are all right in America. When I first moved here, I went to King's College Hospital. Every hospital in New York was better than King's College. That's what it felt like. It felt like that to me. Some psychology professor in years to come will use this as a teaching aid. In years to come, yeah, maybe. Maybe that's possible. Maybe it is possible. Okay. Anybody else have something to add? I'm running out of steam, and I basically blocked Bastello Maserati. You know, I don't know who he is. I can't trust him. I have to be able to trust people. So I'm sorry for blocking him, but I thought I didn't block him out of anger. I gave him multiple chances. I gave him multiple chances. Okay. So is that wrong of me? Maybe it is wrong of me. Maybe it was wrong of me, but I did it. I apologize. But it's also setting out an example for all of us here. Let's be honest and open. I mean, you don't have to give your address. You don't have to give your name. I'm not asking for any of that stuff. But I need to know, who are you? Who are you? Fake healthcare for anxiety and ADHD needs to be outsourced to or Argos. Yeah, well, you could get, yeah, maybe it'll become available at the Dollar Tree in America or Poundland here. Uh, in the Matrix right now, and Lewis is out Morpheus. I'm not a big Matrix follower. You're mental. You say whatever you like, and most people watching aren't even here. Why would you block someone who just turned up? Because I have a feeling he could be someone who's not right. Who's not right. It's looking like a beautiful day, not. The rain is falling, and I've been to Weston, and back in it. Is that a song from like Elbow or something? I think Maserati wrote in the chat from that he is from New Jersey or somewhere. He said he was born in Raritan, but that's like saying I was born in Bermondsey, kind of, sort of, back in the day, or Dartford, or I don't even know what that would be like. But okay, that's all right. How do you know you can trust the people? I think, can you tell? Can you tell who you can trust, Joodles? If someone can't tell you whether they're a male or a female, and just that's all I asked. Are you male or female? Where are you from? Where are you from? That people don't do that very much in this country, but I believe in that. He did sell air, and Lewis read it out. What did I read out? What did Seller ask? Think where he wrote in the chat. He was from New Jersey. Yeah. He was born, but that's not the right answer. Where are you living right now? That's what I asked. Argos is like a loony bin for shoppers. Is it really? I like Argos. I like Argos. I buy my headphones from Argos. I hope I haven't taken away a person who was going to add a lot to it. I have unfriended him for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, so he'll be able to come back if he wants to. Yeah, maybe he'll be back. So he'll be back if he's fuming. If he's mad at me, how many people have I blocked? Let's be honest. Let's talk about this. How many people? I'm not like Andrew Doyle, who I love. Do you not have the right to demand you do not have the right to demand people's personal information, male or female. Where do you live? I do have a right. I do have a right to do that. What makes you think I don't have a right? Although you can block whomever you want. Yeah, but I can do that, but I can't ask a question. I bought a book on eBay today from America, excited to see if the writing is proper. Whether they changed it, they might have changed it. Who should arrange the mind correction program? We should arrange on me. If you'd done that to me the first day, I would never have come back. Just saying. Yeah. Yeah, so if he doesn't come back, he's probably somebody that we don't want to come back. Because if he can't tell us like somebody like Vatanai, who's told us personal things about himself, so that I trust him, as much as I can. We want to be able to have a little bit of trust, not a massive amount. I'm not asking for a massive amount of information. Okay? The thing is, I agree with Lewis, because guests in the stream should listen and respond to the host. And they should listen and respond to all of us. There's lots of personal stuff that we're talking about in this stream. So we need to be able to trust each other. Neurolinguistic programming. What did you do, Lewis? I blocked somebody for 30 minutes because I asked them whether they were a male or female and where they came from. If he'd been called Rachel, he wouldn't have done it, Vatanai. Yeah, probably I wouldn't have, because I'm a pervert, and there's something about a girl that it just makes me more, trustworthy, even though you Joodles and most women are horrible. Lewis, this is better than eBay. Why is it better than eBay? Why is it better than eBay? Claire, was it the Epstein files? Claire is talking to Corsair. I bought a book on the eBay today to sit. Yeah, Okay, that you're talking about that about buying a book from America. To gain trust, you have to invest. Yes, that's true. You got to invest a little bit. That's exactly right. I can't sleep because I'm worried I might have insomnia. That's a good joke. It's a good joke. If I ask a person questions and get repeatedly ignored, that gets on my goat a lot. Yes, and I'm asking him a question. What am I, chopped liver here? I'm asking a question. It's like if I don't answer one of you people, say, Lewis, can you answer this question? And I don't see it, you get upset. If I don't see it deliberately, you get really upset. You think, well, that's not right. Yeah, I thank you, MC Scott. No, I disagree, Scott, says Joodles. He's attempting to entertain. No, what are you planting thoughts in my head? You don't know what I'm trying to do here. You don't know what I'm trying to do, Joodles. You're always thinking what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking those. And it makes me really angry because I'm not. Am I trying to entertain? Am I thinking, oh, let's say this. This will be funny at this moment? No. None of us are obliged to answer the host questions. That's backwards. If you want to be on this stream, you have to answer my questions. You could say, I can't answer that question because it's really personal, it's hurtful, whatever. Show us the stuff you found here. Here's a chair. Do you see the chair? I forgot that I found this chair. It's really a great chair. Yeah, I answer your questions. It's about frequency, you know. You're not trying to entertain people. What are you doing then? What am I doing? What I'm doing in my own head is I'm trying to not be lonely. I'm trying to find out what's going on in the world. I'm trying to convince you people to fight against the powers that are destroying this country, which I've grown fond of, and my kids' country. Entertainment is important, but I spend so little time thinking about entertainment. Do you think that I do? It's just integrity to me, I guess, says MC Scott. I can't help but not agree with Lewis, so it's hard for me to see the other side of the coin. Yeah, it's not entertainment. You're actually rude. People could say this. Am I rude? I am what I am. I try not to be rude. I try to be caring. But, Lewis, Judith is living rent free in your head. She does. Yes, she does. And she knows she does. She knows she does. You all kind of live a bit rent free. If someone says, like Maria just says, I'm rude, that's not, now that's in my head. Am I rude? Why does she think I'm rude? Who is Maria to say that I'm rude? Why would she be here if she thinks that I'm rude? You know what I mean? I do care about being rude. I don't want you to hate me. Sorry to waffle on your butt. Or ham, bean, bacon on vodka. Okay. Will you marry me, Lewis? I think I love you. That's the kind of comment I like to hear. I probably won't marry you, Claire, but I do appreciate you loving me. And I think, we can meet each other and, I can't only be yours. But I do appreciate that. Thank you, Claire, for saying that. Ruben, a little like C1 and C2. Who's like C1? I do care. I do care a lot. I listen and don't comment because I have you on when washing the dishes, and you block someone because they don't answer you directly. But if you're sitting there typing stuff, that means you're not washing the dishes. He was sitting there. He was sitting there typing, whatever, maybe standing, typing. So he's right there, and I say, can you tell me? So he could have answered, but he didn't answer. Rent free. I mean, should I charge? I think Joodles pays rent, kind of. Lewis, you are sound as F. Don't be so. Don't be so introspective. Life is too short. This is who I am. I'm weird. Maybe. But I am who I am. Would you have my baby instead? There's a better chance of that happening, but I mean, not, I mean, the idea of it I might agree with, but I mean, at my age, it may not be possible. It may not be possible, but I appreciate you talking to me that way, Claire. I like that. That's exactly the point. Not everyone is even on their phone all the time. And the fact that he didn't answer male or female, yet knowing he's a man is churlish. What do you mean by churlish? That's a word that I've never ever used. What does that mean? Yeah. Um, he was speaking to us, but ignoring me. He was speaking to you guys. It's the 17%. No, it's not. No, I am 83% all man. I am, which is a lot more than most men are. A lot of men are nowadays. You know, maybe he was starstruck and too shy to answer. Well, I don't want anybody who's starstruck with Lewis Schaffer. Thank you for saying that, Darklands. You're making a joke, but yeah. Okay, you're hurting. Why are you hurting, Claire? I love you, Claire. Churlish is like sullen. I'm churlish about him. I'm like sullen because he hasn't spoken to me. I want someone to speak to me. I'm pointing my finger at you, and I want you to speak to me. You can point your finger at me, and I will speak to you. I think that's fair. Churlish is like sullen. Okay, thank you, Corsi. Okay. Anyway, let's guess how many people have been in this thread. Number one. So I want you to write the number down at the bottom while I find out what the number is. I don't think churlish does not mean childish. It doesn't mean that. Okay, I'm going to find out what the number is, what the highest number is in this stream. And basically, this stream always has the same shape. So the first person to write it down will win. Okay, number one. Number two, I want to thank the people who've been here. Corsi was number one. You were number one today, so thank you very much for coming. Keith Bexley, 21. Avocado, 20. John Allen, 18. Vatanai, 17. John Van Dam, 16. 15 is Andrew Rubin. Thank you very much, Andrew. Normally he's been one or two lately. Maria's 14. Alex is 13. Dave Toby is 12. Celaire is 11. Joe Warrior is 10. Rocket League is 9. Ulrich Arcalis is 8. Ruben is 7. And Claire is 6, really high up. The girls are really high. And there's Darklands is 5. So 5 and 6 up there today. MC Scott is 4. Streaky Bacon is 3. Joodles is 2. And there's number 1, Corsi. So that's brilliant. And now let's go over to the thread and see who the first person. This is why you got to get in there early. The first person. Celaire says 38. Ruben says 28. Darkland says 29. Vatanai says 26 or 25. I don't know what that means. John Allen says 32. Anybody else? What do you say, Joodles? You're always guessing it, right? What is your guess? Because people can always use tat. I find it's not tat. I think I got a really strong chair. Like the chairs that I have over here, these two chairs here. I found them in the street. And there's And there's my vacuum cleaner that I found. So these are really, you can find quality stuff. Anyway, 26 minus the guy who left. Oh, that's true. That's true. No, I'm talking about at the highest portion of the show, not at the end, and not the average, at the highest portion of the show. Um, okay. So did you come up with an answer? Everybody, the winner is 30. We hit 30 people. So a round of applause for you. The earlier show we hit, I think, 39. So that's 25%. We get more during the 5 to 6 o'clock show. The highest number of the show is at about 11:15. 11:15. Thank you for coming in, everybody. I want to thank you, thank you, thank you. I only joined. He was being naughty earlier, Vat and I. Well, every day's a school day, Scott. I mean, how many people have you seen me block? How many? How many people have you seen me block? You know, I mean, we have to have some order here. We have to have people be nice to each other, generally speaking. Darklands came close, and Streaky Bacon came close, but the right answer was 30. We will see you probably not tomorrow. I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow. When we meet you, can you please not shake my hand with the hand you pick your nose with? Sorry, I did pick my nose. That was I was pulling the hair out of my nose. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. That came out of my nose. Thank you, Lewis. You're a top bloke. I appreciate you saying that. It really means something to me, Streaky Bacon. You always say something positive. You need to check if you actually blocked Gnome. Okay. How do I check that? Can you maybe I'll have to look here. I will check that. I will check that. How will I check that? End stream, live, share, add stream, create highlights. I don't know how to check it. All right, I'm going to see you later, Joodles. I'll see you later. I love you, all you people. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for talking back to me. I do appreciate that. I'm going to check. What? So Joodles said to me, you need to check if you actually blocked Gnome. And so I say to Joodles, I will check. What happens if she asked me that a million times and I ignored her? You'll say, well, he doesn't like me. I'm not going to be there. Well, I can't not be here. Okay. I'm a big film star. I'm going to be in a film tomorrow. So there's no stream tomorrow. So I will see you on Wednesday, I hope. On Wednesday. Unless you want to do 12, maybe 12 for an hour or something. Sinn Féin getting involved in unrest in Ireland again. No risk, no reward. Ruben says, okay. MC Scott, thank you. Thank you for talking to me. That's why I'm here, basically, is to talk to you people. If you don't talk to me, it's like, well, what are you doing here? You know, Claire, you need to check that he does with both, since he doesn't wash, too. Yeah, don't wash. I do wash. I wash my hands. But remember, when you're wearing clothes, your skin falls off, which cleans it. Thank you, Scott. MC Scott, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Thursday. We'll be